Hi, now I'm going to show you how to map properties of one object to another object using Mapstruct library. So I'm going to create two packages, one for the from objects, one is for the two objects. What I mean is the from package can contain any of the object which has a certain properties. Either this object could be database object or as a service object. Two package would be having DTO objects which will be exposed to outside or outside of the library or any other case. Let's create two packages. So we create package from package and another one is two package. And now I'm going to create an object called person. Let's call it as a database object. So person DB object, and it will be having ID string first name string last name and a date of birth, which is a date. Util.date dob. I'm going to skip all other remaining annotations which are to be noted as a DB object in case of the Hibernate entity. So I'm skipping all of them. Let's create a setters and getters for this. Resource, create setters and getters, select all of them and create a toString method as well. Let's create a D2O object. So let's call it as a person D2O, which will be having name only. So in this case, first name, string, last name. So let's create a setters and getters and toString method. Now I have created a DB object and D2 object. In this case, we are going to discuss where field names are exactly the same. So either from object and to object has the same field names and same data type. This is our first case which we are looking at. So let me go to the mapper package and create an interface for person mapper. First thing, annotate the person mapper with mapper. Now create a public method, public, where I need the person TTO, and let me call it as to person TTO and person deep. Oh, there is a small typo at the class name. Let me correct it. I corrected the class name person DB object. Person DB object. Let's call it as a DB object. Let's look at the person mapper implementation, which was generated from the Mapstruct. Let's go to the target generator source and annotations where we have the person mapper. Our expectation is it has to map the fields which are having the same data type and same field name. In our case, first name and last name. It is expected. Let's write a small test case for this one. Let's call it as a person test. Let's write a test case. This is for the same field type name. So let's create a person DB object. So let's say object. Let's initialize the properties. One L DB object at set first name. Let's say Ram DB object. Last name Dasharada. And date of birth, let's say it is a 1950 January 1st. This is as a sample test case. So let's use the util package to create the data object. So I'm going to use 1950 and January and 1st. And let's create another object which I'm expecting is TTO. Let's call it as TTO. For now, TTO is equals to null. And what is our expectation from it? So asset should not be not null. So TTO. At the same time, asset equals what we are expecting is DB object dot get first name be equals to TTO dot get first name. Let's create another asset equals DB object at get last name will be equal to DTO dot get last name. So this is our expectation. Let's save the file. Let's create a mapper object. So person mapper is equal. Let's use the mapper injection, which is mappers.get class of person mapper.class. Let's validate this one also. Asset. Now we are going to convert the DB object into the TTO object using the mapper. So as with our expectation is the data object and the DB object, whatever the Ram and Dasharada, which is the first name and last name, should be equal to DTO first name and last name after generating the DTO object from the mapper interface. Let's run the test case. Run as a genuine test case. Yes, it's a success. That's all for now. Thank you.